We are now into week 3 of the Horizon Decades Festival playlist. This is Series 2, and on the festival playlist for, I think it was about 30 points, I should have really looked, we get the Dodge Ram from 2006. This is the SRT10. Now this thing is powered by a Viper engine, and the last time this was seen in any Horizon or Motorsport title, well, it wasn't really in Horizon, it was in Motorsport, and that was back in Motorsport 4 in 2011, so this is well over 10 years old, and it is nice to see it return, as it was one of the main utes I used for the championships in that game back then. What we're going to do is take it out in a race how it is now, and then do an off-road build on this, and I will be converting it to all-wheel drive and seeing if it was any good. Now the championship this Dodge Ram actually belongs to is the Modern Muscles. I thought it would have been under utility. I guess that helps for the V10 that's in it. Now if you were to look at this in Forza Vista mode, you'd notice that you can actually open the bonnet on it, so I do believe this has been rescanned. As I can't recall, there's like a boost gauge there or something on the A-pillar on the side. I'm not entirely sure if that was in the one back in Motorsport 4. I definitely do not remember it being there. Well, it's good we've gotten ourselves into first place here. Holds the road very well. I would actually be quite curious to see if anyone actually bothers to build a drag build on this, but me myself, I'm not going to bother doing that. It's a rear-wheel drive. It slides out a bit there, so the back end of this is usually the lightest point, being an open tray. Now we enter through the tunnel. We're roughly about 45 to 50% of the way through this race. Now, in this current state of upgrades, I definitely feel it was a good unlock. Now, Series 2, these cars are not added through an update, so these have been here since launch day. I think also you could have the chance to get this Dodge Ram during Season 1, but I really couldn't be bothered doing that, as I'm mainly focusing on the ones you unlock via the point system on the festival playlist. Under the exclusive, I won't be doing hard to find cars or returning cars. Coming up on Tokyo docks here, almost lost control of it there. Looks like the sun's setting, so the next race we might do will end up being after sundown. Why don't we go and put some upgrades on this? Now we've arrived at a player house, why don't we go and put some upgrades on this thing. First we're going to look at the body kit options. Now in Motorsport 4, I roughly remembered it had the original bumper like we see here, and two other options from Dodge. Looks like this time round we've got only one other option from Dodge, so it appears we are missing one here, and that looks okay, but it unlocks front bumper downforce and tuning, so I'm not too sure what is actually adjustable on this. It doesn't look like much. And also we've got the Horizon Racing bumper with the splitter and canards and tow hook. Really, I think there should have been an option to not have the tow hook, or at least change its colour. That way we could match it to the paint job. We'll put the Dodge one on. Under rear wings, we have two options here from Dodge, and we've got the original one and a black spoiler as well, which looks alright. It kind of reminds me, I think you can get another option like this in, it doesn't matter, I think it was Need for Speed or something. Yeah, well, we've got this usual one there, kind of like a ducktail option, and the final one from Dodge, we have the option to remove the spoiler entirely. What we're going to do is put on the Dodge one here, and again this is also adjustable. Under the rear bumper options, we have the Dodge stock rear bumper, or we have the street rear bumper. Basically it just puts an area where you can actually kind of stand on the back of this. Nothing too important, but I'm not too sure what one I prefer, so we'll just go with this one anyway. Can't make up my mind on there. And the side skirts, what options do we have here? Got the Dodge stock side skirts, or the option to actually stick them out a little bit. We'll go on and put this option here. Now that's done. We want to go over into the body kits and conversions. Hasn't got a body kit option. Aspiration. We'll convert it to all-wheel drive. That will definitely help for an off-roader. And the aspiration, we will put a twin turbo on it as well. Why don't we go and put some upgrades on this? Intake. What do we have? Stock. Doesn't really change the tone of the engine there, so we'll put a sport intake on. We'll throw a whole lot of sport parts on here. We won't touch the ignition, that's a race. Under here we'll have sport valves. Camshaft will have a sport as well. Exhaust. See if it changes the tone of the exhaust. That one sounds a lot like a Dodge Viper. They all sound like a Dodge Viper, of course, it's a Viper engine. We'll choose that, and displacement will go... I misread stock engine block there, never mind. Pistons and camshaft, we want to put sports pistons. Twin turbo, we'll put the anti-lag, gives us a little more power. Flywheel. Sport flywheel, oil and cooling. Sport oil and cooling, and intercooler. Sport intercooler. Platform and handling. Now this is really important we do this because currently it's snowing, so it won't grip the road. We'll put sport brakes on there. Well, it will grip the road. It will be quite useful off-road. Sport springs, race springs, we're not going to do that. Rally springs. Be useful if there was an option for off-road springs, but it doesn't really matter. Put sport front roll bars, anti-roll bars. Weight reduction, we'll go sport. Since this has been built for off-road, we will put in a full body roll cage. And if there was a button I could press that, there we go. We can kind of adjust the camera angle here. You'll see that we've got the stock one, and if you put the full body roll cage, it kind of adjusts the interior slightly. It removes the spot that you can grip where your hands would normally go. We'll put that on here, the race roll cage, and rear anti-roll bars are sport. Moving on to the drivetrain, what do we have here? We've got the transmission. We'll put it's already a 6-speed, so we'll leave it at that. Driveline, we'll keep it a stock driveline, and differential, this has been converted to all-wheel drive, so it's hang on, off-road was an option. It's a bit unusual there. Usually it is an off-road if you put sport. Put the all-wheel drive. Tyre compound is currently winter. What I normally would do is put an off-road, so we're just going to go stick with some snow tyres since we're doing cross-country. We'll make them as wide as possible in the front and in the rear. Rim style, what are we going to go for here? We'll go for we'll want something that looks like it's kind of blends in with Dodge being from America. We'll choose some, that looks okay, we'll put that on there. Some deep dish wheeled racing rims. Now how big can the rims go? 22s at the moment. We could make 24s. We're not going to bother with that. We'll increase the track width in the front and the rear. Now that's pretty much all I'm going to do on this. Now we'll take it in a cross country and see if it was a good decision to make it as an off-roader. This will definitely be an interesting race now it's been converted to all-wheel drive. It definitely does help cross country if you do that. I think maybe I should have adjusted the final drive on this. Horizon 4 and 5 and 3 never had this issue where if you put it to all-wheel drive, it kept the longer gear shifts that was naturally stock to the engine, but it seems 6 makes it a certain top speed and that's about it. Or it adjusts it for some strange reason to something that doesn't really suit. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it currently can't reach its potential top speed without me adjusting something in the tuning. But saying that, it does make a fairly decent off-roader. I tend to make a lot of off-roader ones, don't I? So I always prefer to drive in Horizon 6's winter season at night time. It's easier on the eyes, as I find that during the day the white can be quite intense. Cracked my windscreen, that's never good there, is it? See if we can land comfortably over this jump. Not too bad. Through the frozen rice fields. Quite a waste of food, really, if you're just going to drive over it. That wasn't too comfortable. It could have been a whole lot worse. Sometimes I found if you land the jumps wrong, you end up rolling over. And now that brings us to the end of the look at the 2006 Dodge Ram SRT10 in Horizon 6. Now, like I said, this car has not been in any Horizon titles or Forza titles for well over 10 years, so unlocking this vehicle, I definitely do think it's worth it, as I feel like this is going to be one of the ones that actually kind of never returns on a festival playlist, or will be kind of hard to find or come by unless you find it in the auction house. So this was definitely worth the unlock, as I kind of feel like that's the way things are going with this vehicle. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next Horizon 6 one.